Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakradash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Dawada from the Men of Valor campaign in Greenville, South Carolina, coming back with another video in sincerity and in truth. Lord willing, it can be edifying. And it's been Trump's first couple days in office. He's been signing a bunch of executive orders. You know, he's pretty much been coming through on what he said he was going to do, especially concerning this whole mass deportation thing. And I've got a couple videos, a couple articles that shows that it has started. All right. And this is going to be an ongoing thing. And they're talking about going into schools and all type of shit. So, to you, and it ain't for Elam. It ain't for Moab. It ain't for Ishmael. It's for Israel, mostly of the northern kingdom, right? That dwell, in Mexico, Panama, on down, to South America. All right, they're trying to get those. The Venezuelans, those are Israelites. All right, they're trying to get those. They're not trying to get, they might be, as far as coming down with that forcing shit, man. All right, they trying to come after the tribes, which we said through the Spirit they're going to do that. There's way more so-called illegal immigrants than just those that are coming of the Northern Kingdom. All right, the Latin tribe, so to speak. There's way more, but their emphasis is going to be on them because they hate the tribes, man. All right, and through the Spirit we said the tribes is coming up here. You coming up here for two things, either for destruction or deliverance, man. All right, because some of them may be of the elect, but right now. All right, a war has been declared on them, okay? And they won't have, those that aren't calling upon Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, they're not going to have a hedge protection, man, okay? Because there are people as well. So let's get into this. This is Fox News. It says, first images of ICE mass deportation efforts show arrests of MS-13 gang members and murder suspects. So we'll play this.
Trump also signing more executive orders, including one designed to block illegal crossings. And he told Sean Hannity that Joe Biden's failed policies forced him to take swift action.
Why would somebody say that open borders are good, where jails and mental institutions from other countries and gang members right off the streets of the toughest cities in the world are being brought to the United States of America and emptied out into our country? Why would anybody that even likes, you don't have to love our country, you have to like it. Why would anybody that likes our country, the Democrats, allow that to happen? And even now, I watch them on television, they're trying to justify it. You can't justify it.
So those ICE raids taking place in many parts of the country, including the sanctuary city of Boston. That's where Bill Malutian went on an exclusive right along with ICE, and Bill joins us now to tell us what he found and what he saw. Bill, good morning.
Bill, good morning to you as well. In the early days of this new Trump administration, ICE officials tell me they're taking what they call a worst first approach, meaning they're going to target the worst of the worst criminal alien offenders first. Well, we were given exclusive access to join the elite ICE team right here in Boston as they go into sanctuary jurisdictions and enforce immigration law.
Good morning, everyone.
It's a frigid 5 degrees in the pre-dawn hours just outside of Boston, where this team of elite ICE officers is briefing on their targets for the day.
We're going to be targeting some extremely violent offenders today.
Within moments, the officers are on the move, with eyes on their first target.
Looks like we got movement, target vehicle coming out.
They quickly take him into custody. He's an MS-13 gang member wanted in El Salvador for aggravated murder. And he has an Interpol red notice out for his arrest.
We are targeting very violent threats to our community.
I'm not going back to Haiti.
One of those threats is this illegal alien from Haiti. ICE says he's a gang member.
You got you a Southern Kingdom. You got you a Southern Kingdom. Told you it wasn't gonna be. 1 second, Salaki. We're gonna run that back a little bit.
The officers are on the move, with eyes on their first target.
Looks like we got movement, target vehicle coming out.
They quickly take him into custody. He's an MS-13 gang member wanted in El Salvador for aggravated murder. And he has an Interpol red notice out for his arrest.
We are targeting very violent threats to our community.
I'm not going back to Haiti.
One of those threats is this illegal alien from Haiti. ICE says he
Nigga said, I ain't going back to Haiti. All right, that look like a nigga with dreads, man. So they not just coming after the so-called Hispanics. All right, if you Haitian, you Jamaican, you know, and you came up here, they coming for your ass too. And that show you it ain't gonna be just the so-called brown, you know. All right, because it might start, they saying the worst first. They going after those that have criminal records who, under the Biden administration, they weren't able to come after these people. But now they about to come after these people first. And you see how deep they rolling. They about to be rolling up at schools. That's the next video I got. They're going to be rolling up in people's schools, gathering up these people's children. Okay? All right, some real sinister shit. All right, but this is nothing but the spirit of the devil. But nonetheless, we don't feel bad for you tribes either, because this wouldn't be happening to somebody that, you know, of the hopeful elect. Not in this time, not right now. You know, we know eventually they're going to try to come after us. But right now, you know, they going after these that definitely don't have a hedge of protection from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, but what you saw some dreads.
Very violent.
Dreadhead nigga. They're going to be coming after them too.
I'm not going back to Haiti.
One of those threats is this illegal alien from Haiti. ICE says he's a gang member with 17 criminal convictions in recent years.
Trump, you feel me? Yo, Biden forever, bro. Thank Obama for everything that he did for me, bro.
ICE Boston quickly takes down its next targets, including this illegal alien from Brazil who has an Interpol red notice for armed robbery. This Salvadoran illegal alien charged locally with rape and released by a sanctuary jurisdiction.
Señor, ¿cómo se llama?
And this Dominican illegal alien charged with assault with a deadly weapon and heroin trafficking. Officers also arrested this Guatemalan MS-13 gang member facing gun charges. ICE says he was released from local custody just the day before. Their detainer request was ignored because of sanctuary policies. And in a sign of shifting priorities with the new Trump.
Say they going to pick up these niggas that they knew where these niggas was at, but under these sanctuary orders or whatever, weren't able to persecute these guys. All right, so now these are who they coming after first. All right, but guess what? They gonna be coming. They trying to get all these motherfuckers out. All right, so it's gonna grow into something bigger. You know, it's not gonna stop.
Administration. This man, who was in the same apartment as the target, was also arrested after ICE determined he's also in the U.S. illegally.
So they got this nigga who wasn't necessarily a criminal, but he so happened to be in the same building as another nigga they was looking for. And he ain't have his papers. They got his ass too.
This is what ICE calls collateral.
So you guys got your main target just now, but you got somebody else. What just happened?
So our main target was released by a sanctuary jurisdiction, not honoring a detainer. That person was released back into the community, and when we went to go find him, he's with somebody else who was previously removed from the United States. So he's going to go today too.
And that is exactly what Border Czar Tom Homan has warned would happen.
When we find the bad guy, he's probably with others that are in the United States illegally. They may not
see how they calling them bad guys, you know, and see they're starting with this, and they're just gonna lump everybody in there, you know. They're gonna lump those that you know did come up here trying to make an honest living, so to speak. They're gonna lump their ass in there because it's the devil, man. He does not like us. This is the damn devil, man. And they're using these buzzwords so people are gonna be desensitized, just like using terrorists. And when they think about terrorists and shit, they pretty much think about Muslims in general. So when they think about illegal aliens, they're gonna associate these, you know, these Americans they're really stupid. All right, that's one thing I'll agree with Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy with is these Americans are stupid. You know, they're very fickle. You know, so they got these buzzwords of illegal aliens and shit buzzing around. They're gonna make that synonymous with anybody that speaks Spanish. All right. You know, then they got a hotline you can call. You can get $750 for snitching on where these immigrants are. You know, nigga, man, these people about to turn on each other. The scriptures say what? Because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Okay, this shit is real. All right, Trump is in there.
A criminal priority, but we're not walking away from them.
ICE Boston says they will continue to go into sanctuary jurisdictions and do their job.
Today was a good day. Today we took several significant public safety threats out of our communities. Unfortunately, a lot were released by sanctuary policies, but we're here to tell the Commonwealth and the rest of the country that
We're going to find them whether they're released or not.
And guys, shortly after we finished filming, ICE Boston told us they arrested 2 more targets in other parts of town away from our cameras. One of those targets is a previously deported Honduran illegal alien who was arrested for raping a woman while putting a gun in her mouth. The other target they got is a Haitian man who first flew into the United States in 2023 as part of President Biden's controversial migrant flights mass parole program. Well, they just picked him up yesterday because he's been arrested locally for sexual assault. We'll send
See, they getting these niggas for sexual assault and all that shit because where they from, all right, they ain't had the, they don't have the same protections of police. All right, and these women, they're at risk. Okay, and there's free game over here. These motherfuckers ain't scared. He said he raped her with a gun in her mouth, man. And the scriptures even back that up, man. Shit like that is gonna be happening in the time of Jacob's trouble. We see how this shit is coming to pass. Because they're not going to be able to get rid of all of them. And when all hell breaks loose, not if, but when all hell breaks loose, all right, you're going to have guys like that out there. And some of them are illegal immigrants. Some of them are American citizens. But guess what? You're not going to be able to call the military. You're not going to be able to call 911. You women are going to be out here without a hedge.
back to you.
Bill Malugin, it was fascinating to watch all of that. I think I was just saying to Bill, this is terrible for Joe Biden and the legacy that he tried to leave behind. A question from me, how soon will they actually be leaving the country? Does that take a long time?
It depends what country they're from. If they're from cooperable countries like El Salvador, Guatemala, countries like that, it can be quick. It can be within days or weeks. If it's countries that are harder to deport, countries that don't cooperate with the U.S. as much, it can go into a process of months. But the Trump administration is changing policies with something called expedited removal. The bottom line is people at home don't need to understand all the policies. The Trump administration is just going to work as fast as they can to get all the people you just saw on camera there out of the country as fast as possible.
They said, basically, you people need to just mind your fucking business. Don't ask all these questions. All right? We going to get these niggas. That's, I'm loosely translating. All right? But they're doing it, man. And they starting with these people. But guess what? Like I said, this next video I'm going to show, they about to go up in the schools. All right? And who's in the schools? The children.
They're also going to use their State Department, now led by Marco Rubio, to put pressure on countries that don't cooperate with the U.S. as much when it comes to those deportations.
Bill, just two points of clarification here. It seems a lot of these crimes are associated with sex crimes. I'm just looking at the list a bit earlier today. I don't know if that generally is the case or not. And second, if Boston's a sanctuary city, how are they allowed to do this? Because we told there would be resistance.
Boston doesn't have to cooperate with ICE, but there's nothing they can do to stop ICE from coming into their city and enforcing the law. And that's exactly what happened yesterday. And that's the point ICE makes to us is, look, they don't have to cooperate with our detainer requests. They don't have to tell our officers when they're releasing somebody from jail. But we're going to do our job. We have our intel guys out in the field. We have people with eyes all over the place, and we're going to snatch those guys. So they can make ICE's job more difficult, longer, and more dangerous, but it's not going to stop ICE from doing the job, guys. The bottom line is, ICE says it's safer for everybody involved if locals would just hand these guys over in jail once they're arrested, but they don't. They let them out onto the streets. They don't tell ICE about it, so ICE has to spend a lot of resources gathering intel, finding these guys, and then going out into the community to do arrests, which could be dangerous. You saw that combative Haitian man, and then you saw, in the case of that one MS-13 member, his friend got snagged. They weren't even looking for him. They were looking for the MS-13 guy. They picked him up because a sanctuary jurisdiction released the MS-13 guy. ICE found him and then found the guy who was in the apartment with. They found out he was an illegal alien as well. So now he's going to be deported too.
Wow.
Yeah. It's getting real. So let's get this right here.
Breaking news at this hour as well. President Trump now authorizing ICE to target schools and churches in its deportation raids. He is revoking a directive excluding arrests in so-called sensitive areas. Chicago's immigrant community on edge tonight as Michelle Gallardo reports. Activists and elected officials are canvassing neighborhoods, letting people know their rights should ICE come knocking.
Up and down Cermak Avenue today, business after business prominently displayed the same flyer, "Don't open for ICE." Little Village business owners telling us it's the least they can do.
La gente debe estar unida
People need to stick together, no matter their immigration status, says Jose Luis Vasquez, who's owned this computer and phone repair shop for 9 years now. A few blocks away at the Little Village Arch, a handful of activists braved the sub-zero wind chills to rally against the Trump administration's stated plans to conduct mass deportation raids in Chicago.
We've been out here since 5 in the morning, educating our community, educating our people that they have rights.
Among those canvassing the neighborhood was 22nd Ward alderperson Michael Rodriguez, who spent the morning passing out informational flyers, instructing people what to say should ICE come knocking.
Este le puede entregar a la inmigración.
There was, to be sure, little in terms of foot traffic in Little Village today. And while much of that may very well be related to the cold, there is most certainly fear. The executive director of the Illinois Coalition for Immigrant and Refugee Rights telling us their hotline has been inundated with calls.
From January 1st to January 19th, we saw 800 calls. But on January 20th alone, we saw over 400 calls.
Border Czar Tom Homan saying in an interview on Fox Business Today,
The president's been clear, I've been clear, that right out of the gate, we're looking for public safety threats. ICE agents are out there doing that now.
Meanwhile, Governor Pritzker saying the number of people initially targeted, those with criminal records, might be much higher than initially believed.
We have heard that they are targeting as many as 2,000 people initially in the city of Chicago alone.
Now, while at least one of those scheduled for today was moved online due to the cold weather, Know Your Rights campaigns appear to be here to stay for the time being, with Pilsen's Perez Elementary School hosting weekly sessions every Tuesday starting next week.
So we got some resistance, all right, amongst this country. You got people that's still trying to help against the mass deportation, all right. But see, Trump, he's activated ICE, and then he's eventually gonna activate the military, because they're starting with these so-called criminals. They're starting with those that are already documented, who these sanctuary cities have let go, because they couldn't persecute them under the Biden-Harris administration. But now they have the green light to go and get these people. And once they start figuring out, and they said there's 20 million undocumented people here, they're going to have to ramp up their efforts, and they're going to realize, and they're playing it small right now. They know the gravity of this situation. They know it's so many of them. They're going to have to ramp up their efforts, man. All right. It's really about to get bad out here. But they've been directed to go into schools and shit, man. All right. So, hey, the time, we could tell, we don't know if this is quite it, but we could tell that we definitely at the door, man. Esau's about to try to make a move against the people of the Lord. All right, so this is Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 4. And these are the words that the Lord spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah, right? Both the northern and southern kingdom. And that first video I showed you was indicative of that, because, yeah, they were going to pick up northern kingdom, but then they picked up a dreadhead Haitian nigga, northern and southern kingdom. Verse 5, it says, For thus said the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now and see whether a man doeth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Yeah, it's going to be a time that people aren't going to know what to do. All right, they're going to be as women in travail, a woman with child, in agony. Verse 7, Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. We know it's about to get bad. We can't put into words how bad it's going to be, man. Scripture say a time like never before. And there's been some fucked up times in our history, man, where we were mass executed. We were, removed from our dwellings. All right, they about to do that shit all over again, whether it be for medical reasons or they push this immigration thing and they spread it out, man. Because they might start with people, they might end up going, and it just being, if you speak Spanish, all right, if you got a little bit of an accent, they taking your ass in, and then you got to prove that you're a citizen, But that's going to create some resistance. All right, it's definitely going to be tyranny, and you people are going to realize that this devil don't play fair. All right, but the Lord is going to have his angels, stand up for his elect. Okay, those that are outside of the elect, man, y'all fair game. But it's going to be a time like never before. It says this also in Daniel, the 12th chapter. In verse 1, it says, and at that time shall Michael stand up. It's going to get so bad that the archangel Michael is going to have to stand up. The great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. And that's the elect. All right, so it's going to be a time. And then you have people still out here believing that there's not going to be a time of Jacob's trouble, man. All right, the scriptures say what? That we through much tribulation shall enter into the kingdom of the Most High. It's not, man, the fight is going to continue, man. All right, we going to barely make it. Lord willing, Lord willing, we do make it. It's going to be, the scriptures say what? The righteous shall scarcely be saved. Okay, so for you people that's out here not living right, y'all ass is through, man. It don't matter if y'all came up here trying to find a new life and, hey, y'all entered into the strike zone. America is about to be a hot zone for violence, for death, for all these things. Let's get this in 2nd Esdras, the 16th chapter. All right, because they coming down, man. Let's see. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 16. And verse 68, it says, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols, man. All right, they're going to snatch people up, and they're going to be trying to throw them in different prisons and internment camps and shit like that, man. Verse 69, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. You're going to be through as hell, man. Those that consented unto this system, especially amongst our people, all right, it's going to be a burden unto you, man. Verse 70, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. And who is those that ultimately fear the Lord? The Israelites. All right, there's going to be a great insurrection upon those, both the 1/3 and the 2/3. But the 1/3 are going to be delivered. The 2/3, they're going to be given unto this damn devil. They're going to be mass executed. They're going to be tortured. They're going to be taken to these camps. Why? Because of their disobedience against Yahweh Bashim Shah. All right, the Lord is going to send this sword upon you. All right, Esau Edom is the sword of the Lord, man, on the left-hand side. All right, that's why for us, it's not for us, it's for these 2/3. Yeah, we're going to be tried. Yeah, we're going to be in the midst of it, but the Lord is going to provide a way for us to escape. He ain't going to allow this devil just take us, man. Not all of us. All right, but the 2/3, y'all ass is fair game. Okay, y'all about to feel it. All right, but I just want to bring that out, man. Yeah, this shit getting real, man. So, Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Till next time, Shalom.